Okay, this is an overview of the customer screen in MagicBase Pro. The customer screen has three main sections. There's a contact area, there's a notes area, and there's an information area. Now in the contact area, this is where you put down the contact information like the company name and address, phone numbers, email, and web. And there are actually two different tabs so that you can record information about two different people that are associated with this company. You'll notice that beside each of the lines of the contact information there's a button. These buttons control what the mailing label will look like. This is a preview of the mailing label. By clicking on these buttons you can add or remove information as you see fit. Now the mailing label will print on the envelope, so you can control what it will look like. Next is the phone fields. You see there are actually 4 different phone fields. You can type in the phone numbers there and you can choose these phone labels to describe what they are. Below that there are 2 email fields. You can type in the email address, and when you click on this email button here, it will actually open up your email program and address an email to that person so that you can send them a quick note. Now once you've sent them a quick note, if you want to record that you have sent them a note, when you click on the contact button here, this will actually allow you to record all the contact that you've had with the customer, whether it's a phone call or a form letter or an email, and it will timestamp it right there. And you can record whether or not the email was sent or received, and then you can record or paste in the content of the email at that location, so you'll always have a record of the communications that you did with the customer. Now below the email fields there's a web field. If you have the company web address in there, you can type it in, and when you click on this button it will open up your web browser to that page. Below that is the customer notes field. Now this is a scrolling field, so you can type in as much information as you want about the customer. Next we've got the information tabs. There are 4 of them. The stats tab allows you to define some information about the customer. You can define the customer type, corporate, church, daycare, family. There will be some information about finances below that. And below that is the referrals and relations tab. This is a way for you to define how this customer came in contact with you. If they responded to a newspaper ad, you can type it in there. If they were referred to you by some other customer from MagicBase, you can just choose that customer's name and select it. Or if they're related in some way to another customer contact, you can also choose that there. Below that is the display area that shows the amount of time that this person has been a customer or listed in your database. The next tab is the Campaigns tab. Now a new feature of MagicBase Pro is that you can define marketing campaigns. Then once you have your marketing campaigns defined, you can select them here, and if you want to add this customer to the marketing campaign, you just click on the add button and they will become part of that campaign, which means that when you do newsletters or mailings from that campaign, every customer who's part of that campaign will receive that newsletter or mailing. Similarly, there's a newsletter section. You can define your newsletters on another place in MagicBase, and then you can select them here, and when you want to assign a customer to a newsletter, you can just click there and they're subscribed to that list. Next is the mailing label tab. I've described this, but below that there are actually a couple of category fields where you can further define and narrow what type of a customer you've got. And of course these are totally definable. And there are also some check boxes that you can use if you want to search for a customer later. And then the final information tab is Files and Photos. You can insert a photo of the customer if you want. Just by clicking there, you can insert the customer's picture, and then you'll always have it with you. Below that, there are some digital file folders. You can use these file folders to also insert some information. You can insert a link to another file. like if you have a letter, or maybe there's a brochure from the customer that you've got recorded, or whatever you want. When you click on the insert button, a browse window will open up and you can select the file that you're interested in, and then MagicBase will save a link to that file. And if you ever want to see that file, you just double click right there. Now, one more very cool feature about the customer screen is the map button. The map button will look at the address line that you've got listed here, and it will open up a map browser right within MagicBase, and it will try to define and show where the location is, which of course you can print out if you want to find out how to get to that customer's location. So that's an overview of the customer screen in MagicBase Pro.